Rachel.
Here.
Katie.
Here.
Sarah. Doug.
Here.
Lori.
Here.
Carrie. Jeff Weaver.
Here. All right, if everyone will stand for our Pledge of Allegiance, which we will be guided through that by the North Ohio first grade classrooms, Mrs. Rotz, Mrs. Melock, Mrs. Letourneau, and Mrs. Thompson, and then we'll remain standing for a moment of silence for armed services personnel.
Darn, right?
Turn this way, guys. The flag right there. Just this way. Put your hand on your heart. Ready? Go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Good job, you guys. Good job.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Sorry.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Good job, buddy.
Good job.
Thanks for coming tonight.
Awesome
Good job. Thanks for coming.
Nice job. Thanks for
Good job.
coming.
Good job.
Thanks for coming
Good job.
tonight. Good to see you again. Nice to see you.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Good job. Awesome job.
Mom and Dads, if you wanna, you can leave now. You're welcome to stay.
Thanks for coming.
Items to be added or changed to the agenda.
Yes, I'd like to add Mary Fox to above recognition and acknowledgement. She's going to be a speaker for a couple minutes.
All right, Mary, you have the floor.
Sure, thanks. So I appreciate the time. I'm here on behalf of the Gaylord Area Branch of the American Association of University Women. And I want to just take a minute of your time to talk about the ways in which we partner with the schools to increase STEM education in our community. So I don't think this got to you in advance, so let me hand out to you. By the way, I'm a month late, but better late than never. I want to thank, because I think last month was the Board Appreciation Month, right? School
Right,
Board
yes, that's
Appreciation.
Thank you.
Well, we appreciate you every month, so
Thank you.
thank you for your service to the community.
Mary.
I know it can be a thankless job, but it's an important leadership role. So for a number of years, AUW sponsored a Tech Savvy program. You may be familiar with that. This year we're doing something slightly different, and we've had tremendous support from the school. We're calling this the Future of STEM Road Trip because after 10 years of sponsoring it locally, we realized that tripped over a program available through Michigan State University, sponsored there by the Graduate Women in Science. And it's called the Girls Math and Science Day. And we're organizing a bus trip of 6th, 7th, and 8th grade girls to attend the Girls Math and Science Day. Let me just say, I'm a U of M grad, and it pains me greatly that this is on Michigan State's campus, but it's a terrific program. I went there last year as a scout. So we have circulated the information. We've had great support. Mr. Craycraft, Mr. Somerville, others in your schools have been of great support to us to reach the girls. And we have a bus that has a capacity for 51 students. And as of 5 o'clock tonight, we have 81 students registered.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so we decided to add a second bus. So we'll be taking 81 girls is our capacity now, to this event in East Lansing. We stop in Johannesburg, Lewiston, then we pick up in Gaylord, down and back, have lots of, we're calling it edutainment. We have a lot of information to share with the girls on the way down, on the way back. They'll have a terrific day where they'll see speakers. They'll meet lots of women in STEM careers. They'll interface with college students, graduates and undergraduates in STEM fields. And incidentally, we don't cover health kinds of careers, although they are STEM. Women are well represented in health careers. It's your more traditional physics, math, information technology, chemistry, biology, the more traditional STEM fields. So that's our focus. And we just want to thank you all and let you know how we partner, and it sort of takes a village to increase everyone's potential. I also might mention, because I do want to tell you one other fabulous story about your school. Last summer we funded, and I think we will again this year, girls to attend summer STEM camps. And we focus on STEM because of the huge inequity. Women are way underrepresented in STEM fields, if you're not aware. And they're rapidly growing and they're highly paid. So we sponsored summer camps, just the tuition. Told them, here's all the camps we know about in the state of Michigan. 2 girls from middle school actually attended the Junior Women in Engineering program at Michigan Tech. And we invited them back to our AUW branch to tell us about their experience. They're phenomenal leaders, so we're in good shape. Our future depends on folks like that. So, thank you. Any questions, comments?
No, I appreciate you doing
Thank you
it.
for your work.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna leave a few of these extras out on the back table if
Great.
that's okay.
Thanks for the collaboration. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to recognition and acknowledgements. Personnel, we have new hires. Educational assistants Madison Davis, Maddie Deneth, Christy Maxon, and food service helper Kathleen Murray. Do we have any of those individuals here? Nope, okay. We have retirements, GIS teacher Melissa Jorgensen. I believe all of these are effective at the end of this year.
Yes.
Gaylord High School teacher Mike Rinke and Rick Bigsby. Gaylord Middle School teacher Deanna Graham, and bus driver Kelly Johnson. Those are all of our retirements that we have at this time. Other than Miss Johnson, she's at the end of February. The rest will be at the end of the school year, this school year. Resignations, varsity girls track and varsity cross country coach Lindsay Yates. And Gaylord Community Schools awards presentation.
Okay, so if our principals would come to the front of the room, and you can linger here and do your reports, but I have to do a presentation, so if our principals could come up. So when we've been celebrating the last couple of weeks, and we have not issued a press release, but we will tomorrow, and it'll be on Facebook. But every one of our buildings has received the Best in Education, U.S. News, and Best in Public Education. Every one of our buildings, excuse me, is in the 15th percentile in the entire country. It is a cause to celebrate. We hear a lot about our test scores. We know we have some work to do with our test scores. We also hear a lot about our student behavior, and we've been working diligently to help families prepare their students to come to school prepared, and to collaborate and partner with us. But we often don't take the time, we listen to the criticism and we put our plans in place. We often don't take the time to celebrate the things that we're doing well. And being the top 15%, it's not the top 10, but that gives us a place to shoot for. And I am confident and proud to serve with this team that leads our buildings and the incredible staff that we have here in Gaylord. And this is a reflection on all of them. So, yeah, thanks. Yeah. I could go on and on, but I know you don't want me to. So, North Ohio, this is these plaques, and you get to hold on to them while you give your speeches if you like, or I can leave them right here.
I would like to acknowledge, though, Mrs. Bolin had, right, I came in partway through the year last year, so I think that she can also share this with us.
Well, then you can hand it to her. This is South Maple.
Thank you.
And yes, I have to share this too, I guess, John. Carla, congratulations. And then, Joe, congratulations to you and David and your team. And congratulations to the high school, entire staff, and your administrative team there. Again, I appreciate all that you do. These will be, they're going to take them back to the buildings, and then we're going to put them in a really high-profile spot. As I mentioned, we'll have a press release ready to go. Next couple days, it'll be on Facebook, and we're going to get some pictures of them tonight and really celebrate. So congratulations to all of you. Congratulations, Gaylord, for all of your children and their hard work. and of course, our outstanding teachers, support staff that make coming to school and working in Gaylord Public Schools, community schools, an outstanding place to work and learn. So, I'm gonna turn it over to, why don't you go with your, we'll all stand here, I'll sit back down if you don't mind. Thank you all.
So positive highlights going on at the high school right now. I'll just stand back. Am I okay to stand right here?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Perfect. Safety back here, all right. So a number of things going on. I mean, I could stand up here for quite a long time for all the events that are going on. But thought we'd recognize, we had 31 students of our band program compete in the honor solo and ensemble for the District 2 competition. That was on Saturday. And we had, and how they develop it is a Division 1 score is like considered superior, so, and then a Division 2 score is excellent, and a Division 3 score is good. Typically what you'll find is our Division 1 and 2 scoring people, they get to continue to go to state. So how I look at this, and I was a coach for a long time here at Gaylord Community School, so how I look at it is this is an opportunity for our band program to kind of go out there and compete at a district regional level, and oftentimes we're extremely successful. So of the 31 students, we performed 24 different performances. We had 4 that received a Division 3 good rating, and we received 10 with a Division 2 excellent, and a 10 with a Division 1 superior. So those Division 1 rating people all are qualifying for state finals, and they'll be competing in March. And typically you find those students are also looking at potential scholarships for next level music competition. So coming up soon is going to be on February 24th. Our choir is going to be doing that very same thing, and we'll be hosting it here at Gaylord. So other things going on, we finalized our first semester grades. We're getting those all complete. We can confidently say that of our senior class, 26 of our seniors are going to graduate with above a 4.0. So they'd be our academic scholars. So pretty exciting that seems to be kind of our average these days for the past couple of years. So it's very nice that we're staying consistent. And then the last thing, from a counseling standpoint, we're trying to make ourselves a little bit more paperless and utilizing our technology, just because we know our students are a little bit more tech-driven than the paper-driven kind. And so we piloted our new add drop program that they could just do online and through the phone, and that's actually decreased the number of interruptions in our class, so we're not chasing our tail trying to change schedules 4 or 5 times. And the students have already said that that's been extremely helpful, and we actually had higher participation and turn-in rates for getting our schedules ready. So we hope to do that again in the spring with our middle school students, and then those for the 25-26 school year, which we'll have those meetings starting tomorrow. So that's what I got.
That's great. Thank you, Sean.
All right, I'm going to talk a little bit about data, mid-year data. We just took our second round of the NWEA, which is the nationally normed, all the kids taking it across the state. So it's reading and math. So for our 7th grade, so then we use this data to drive instruction and do interventions the rest of the year, with the help of dentists, of course. And then, so our 7th grade, so right now I'm just looking at growth. So the growth, that's kind of the big thing we look at mid-year, right? So the growth for our 7th grade reading was in the 62nd percentile, which is about average what we've historically done. So basically, of all the kids in the nation that take it, our kids are growing more than 62%. Yeah, so we didn't think that was bad. The math, it was decent. So the 7th grade math, we are in the 74th percentile. So we're happy with that. With the 8th grade, they break it up a little different. With the math, we have kids that take 8th grade math, and then we have kids in 8th grade, like 38% of our kids take 8th grade algebra. So they're lumped in with, a lot of the kids that take algebra at 9th grade. And those kids, so our 8th grade algebra kids, were at the 62nd percentile for growth. For the achievement, in the fall, it stayed the same for the winter here, but that's in the 85th percentile. So that's a little better this year than what has been in previous years.
That's good.
And then the math, the other 60% of our kids were in the 53rd percentile for growth. And then, so that was pretty positive. Our 8th grade reading it was right down the middle, it was at the 50 percentile. The 8th grade ELA teachers are arguing it was harder to make growth because their achievement in the fall was pretty high, but work to do still, so that's what I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Somerville.
That's great. I am just, want to echo what Jim said about our amazing staffs. We wouldn't be here without the teachers and the IAs who work countless hours to give our kids the best possible education. And as you know, like I've stepped out a little bit for personal reasons, and I'm just profoundly grateful for people that are standing here with me and for our staff. It's just, I'm sorry, I know I was gonna cry, just a truly amazing community to be part of. As like my son going here and just the experience that our kids get is so good, and we have so much to be proud of, and I am just so thankful he's part of this committee, and so am I, so thanks for hiring me. I really appreciate that. And honestly, Alan Daw and Dave Smith, who stepped in and did kind of 2 jobs, and then this team here, Mandy, Jim, Dennis, you wouldn't really know and the teachers, right? Like, they held the fort down and it was great, and you're just so proud. Like, I'm not even a crier. I'm just so proud, and it takes a community, and this community is amazing, and we have so much to be proud of. On that note, I couldn't wait to spend time with the kids, so I've been meeting with them, the best part of the job, right? Like, what can we do to make our school the greatest? And I am happy to report it's the really small things, like better paper towels in the bathroom, right? Maybe no middle urinal is what one of them told me. Maybe some new Chromebooks, right? And they longer specials, but they just love their school too. And that's where you're like, love to hear how much kids like coming, and they love their teachers, and that's just what we're here about, you know, and so that's great. And a couple small things, we have Michaela Reynolds doing candygrams, which is awesome. We have our nurse Casey who's doing hygiene. Like, that's a big deal in the winter because you like kind of go inside and outside, it's warm and cold. And the teachers are reporting today at our staff meeting, she's doing an amazing job with dental stuff as well, getting kids toothbrushes and how to brush their teeth right. We had a fundraiser on a snow day, and we raised over $1,000 at the Buffalo Wild Wings for our 5th grade field trip. We're up to like $12,000 so far of our $50,000 goal. Valentine's cards for vets. And then we had First Tee come in and do that with our kids too, so Alan Massey did an amazing job with that. So again, just the staff is incredible, and we have lots to be proud of. And then this shows for it too.
Well, okay, after that. Just to go along the same line, like showing some love for our staff, I really wanted to just highlight some people that go unsung a lot of the times. And one of those people is one of our 1st grade teachers, Mrs. Hornbaker. Through innovative teaching methods, engaging classroom lessons, and genuine care for her students, she's helped countless children reach their potential. Her willingness to collaborate and celebrate fellow educators, and to just contribute overall is what makes her a great addition to our school and helps create a positive climate. And she has perfect attendance. Mr. Dorrance is our RTC coordinator. He always approaches every situation with patience and kindness, and his expertise in any situation helps create a safe environment where students feel valued. He's always willing to go the extra mile, whether assisting with school events, or mentoring students, or working with teachers to enhance the RTC experience. So those are a couple people that I'd really like to say thank you to, and a lot of what contributes to this success for our school. And then just, I've always been a big proponent of like increased positive behavior, and when looking at our January data from this year, and against last year, our referrals are down 70%. So that's amazing. We're doing a killer job. So much love to my staff. That's all from South Maple.
Thank you.
So North Ohio is, I don't have a percentage, but our referrals from one year to the next at this time are down by 50. So I didn't do a percentage, but by 50. And so, again, that is really indicative of the front loading that staff does do, right? Like all the proactive things, launching days with kids, family meetings, all of those supports that we put into place early to help decrease those referrals are working. Another positive is, as I was looking through our data on our achievement data, which is a bit different than what Mr. Somerville was speaking about, but on our achievement data in ELA, every grade level, so kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, had an increase in the percentage of students who are in that 61st percentile and above. So that that high end has grown in our ELA data based on our NWEA as of late. And just again, acknowledgement about staff, it must be the theme for the month, but we had some tremendous feedback from staff. We are working through our new curriculum, our bookworms curriculum. Lots and lots of positive things we're hearing about that, but in order to make it be as successful as it possibly can be, South Maple kindergarten staff and North Ohio kindergarten staff are getting together at the same time, sharing ideas. There were some teachers from South Maple who volunteered to kind of be guinea pigs and have the light shine on them as they were doing some instruction, and it really provided some positive feedback moments for all of the teachers in that grade level. And so when all 9 of the teachers are out for a bit in one grade level, the rest of the building comes in and can support for that kind of learning. And so we were able to do that K-3 as well. So, good stuff. It was good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
No fingerprints on your plaques when you get your pictures.
Get those work orders in.
All right, now, public input? We have, okay. We'll move on to the consent agenda. We have board minutes from February 4th, 2025, from our first committee meeting of the whole. And then here we have treasurer's report. We have general fund bills and athletic fund bills in the amount of $2.7 million. Cafeteria fund bills in the amount of $73,000. Sinking fund bills in the amount of $169,000. And prior period adjustments in the amount of $0. That is the end of our consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Any questions on the consent agenda? Okay,
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Doug?
yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes. New and unfinished business. Gaylord Intermediate Schools bleachers. It is recommended the board approve the bid of the GIS bleachers in the amount of $87,853 from Intercal as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the bid from Intercal as presented for the bleachers.
I'll second.
Any questions on the bid for bleachers? Okay,
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Jeff?
yes. Public input number 2, we have none. And we're doing a new thing at the end where if we have some quick responses to our public input, either at our workshop or at this meeting, if we have any, it's still not a dialogue. If Mr. Craycraft can answer any quick questions, that's what this is for, just so we can, everybody can hear the responses. But if it's something that we have to look up, maybe big test scores or something that were brought up, that won't happen at this time, but just quick things that we can clarify. So at this time, we had a couple of comments at our workshop meeting, and Mr. Craycraft will address those issues.
Yes, and I want to thank Mr. Keck for responding to both these concerns like immediately, but for transparency, for those of you who were here, might not have heard that. One of the questions was a real concern about our students having cell phones and what a distraction they are to the educational process. And we agree with that, actually. And we approach it more treating students' cell phone behavior more as an addiction. It can be very addictive for them to put it away. So we don't allow them in the classrooms, and we've held back from a complete ban because we also know that wouldn't be great for families who want to get a hold of their kids. So we're seeing some progress. Kudos to Mr. Byram and the team for holding our students accountable, and our teachers as well. And we're seeing less of a distraction this year, although we have some work to do. Kids are going to test, and phones are going to come out at an opportune time. So there's some feedback on that question. The other one was really really an interesting question because as Mr. Ostermeyer was presenting, we were talking about using safety security monies, grant monies, to do a keyless system at our elementary schools, and that work is going to start this summer in the elementary schools. However, we have it already in many of our buildings, and so that's where we use our IDs to get in. Well, the question was, well, if there's a power outage, are the locks going to work? And I didn't have the answer right there, but fortunately, the team did and followed up with Mr. Carell, who asked the question. And the fact of the matter is our electronic locks are backed up with a battery system that lasts about 5 years. We change them out beforehand, so for consistency. So that was the follow-up to those questions, and we always appreciate questions. I'm always available to take questions or to follow up. And if you're filling out a blue form and you want to follow up, you just check that part of the blue form. So, okay, that's all I got.
All right, thank you. And we need one last motion.
Motion to adjourn. I'll make a motion.
Second.
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lori? Yes.
Yes. All right, thank you all for coming.
Great night.